Ran out of topics. What else? What else to say? I mean, I might as well talk about more Hungarian stuff. I like talking about Hungarian stuff. I'm very proud of my Hungarian heritage. I think Hungary is a very unique country, even beyond the fact that yes, I'm Hungarian. I'm gonna say that Hungary is a unique country. Even beyond that, because actually I don't want to say anything dumb, but in the general consensus, I'm pretty sure Hungarians are more, or at least used to be, more Asian than European, because Hungarians came from Asia in like 895 after Christ, AC, AD, whatever that is. That's when Hungary was born. And I have been told before, for example, like me in general and my father as well, that we, at least my family, has like this more Asian look a bit, like we have thinner eyes. Not very much, we don't look Asian specifically, but you could recognize those kind of traits in me or in my father. Which I think is interesting. I mean, there are these websites that say like you give them DNA and then they tell you stuff about your family and your past, your history. I'm pretty sure if I did that, there would be at least a little, some kind of Asian in there. Which is interesting to think about, because I had a school project one time where I had to make like a family tree, going back at least 3 generations. And as far as I could go, I was lucky because I also had a family reunion on my mother's side in basically the same month. So that helped me very easy to talk with a lot of family members about that. Did it? Wait, Syria? Yeah, it did. I got the death spell, whatever that is. What was I talking about? Is that a big deal? Okay, I guess I'm gonna try that. You guys attack. You try magic. Death to this guy. I assume most bosses are immune to death. And it probably has also a pretty low hit chance, I would assume. Please don't silence him. Okay, let's see. It missed. Okay. Well, alright then. I would assume the hit chance is about 50% maybe. I mean, I could look it up, but whatever. I mean, it pairing with added effect is actually very interesting, but I would... Everyone's set is nice. Is there anywhere where I can get more added effect or like buy more added effect? Because that seems like one of the best material I can have. Oh. So if added effect levels up all the way, then I can get a second one. That's nice. It's a good thing I'm using it on Barret. Even though I'm not really seeing it proc very often. Is the new one also mastered, or is the new one just base and then if you master that you get a third one? Okay. Can that multiply as well if I master that one? Okay, and the third one can give my fourth one. Okay, so added effect must be mastered. It should be pretty cool. Maybe I already have it. I should check my material. Anyway, what I was talking about, basically I made a family tree for that class, and I realized that basically every single one of my ancestors, going back at least 3 or 4 generations, have always been Hungarians. Like we didn't have like a mix, because Hungary has a lot of mixes. Like a lot of people have like German blood or like Russian blood in them partially or something, because Hungary mingled a lot. But apparently my family is mostly just Hungarians all the way. Should heal. Okay, I'm gonna do a few more combats because Aris is slowly running out. And after that, I'm gonna go out, save. And after I saved, I'm gonna try the big guy again. Like the boss. Because right now, people have enough health to actually survive. And I'm pretty sure if I level up, do my defenses also increase? Like defense, magic defense, defense percentage, that kind of stuff. Do they also increase? Because I feel like if they do, I would also be taking less damage from the boss. Would be very useful because, you know, 1100 damage is a bit much, even if I can survive one hit. Because that boss also seems to be very fast. Okay. So I'm gonna give it another try after saving. And then if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I'm just gonna move on. Because I've been spending like an hour farming. I mean, for me, I don't know about you guys, whoever's here, but for me, it was actually surprisingly fun to just walk around, press X, sometimes heal people, and talk about random Hungarian stuff. But interesting. I mean, there are more random Hungarian stuff I could, like, it's Easter soon, right? Easter currently is, I think the 1st of, wait, 31, 26 is Friday, 27 Saturday, 28 Sunday, 29 Monday, so it's, is it directly next week? Because it's like Easter Sunday and Easter Monday. I thought it was 2 weeks from now. Next Monday stuff. Anyway, in Hungary we usually have like a spring break around Easter, because Easter is like a schoolless holiday anyway, so they put the free spring break week around it. It is a thing you might not know. Hungary, apparently, I mean, I looked up this tradition. Apparently, some Eastern European countries do it, but it's a distinctly Hungarian thing to keep doing it every single year. Whereas on Easter, boys are expected to go around to girls they know and water them so they can grow big and strong. Now, watering can mean one of two things. First of all, it can mean the original, traditional, old-time way where watering is done with scented like water, and it's more of a spray. So like you go to the girl, you say like an Easter poem, and then you spray the scented water on her, typically in her hair, and then in exchange she gives you a colored egg. Colored eggs are typical in Easter, but here this is the significance. She colors the egg, and then when the boys come, gives them the colored egg. Nowadays it's not eggs. Nowadays it's either depending on the age, of course. If the boy is young, then they get a little money, because that's the easiest thing to give. And if they are older, then it's either money or a short. Or palinka. Because why not? People love both. People love both money and Palinka, so it's a win-win situation either way. Sometimes the boy hangs around, talks with the local family, they drink a little and then he moves on to the next house or whatever. That's the old school. I mean, the rewards are the same in both, but the little bit more new age, I mean, not in towns or whatever, typically in villages, watering, maybe I'm saying it wrong, maybe the scented water is the new age version because it's a lot kinder. Maybe the old age version is the one I'm trying to say because it's a lot more mean. I mean, in the second version, watering is done with water, typically buckets of water, typically cold water. And typically as a surprise to the girl. Like the girl doesn't expect it, you know, it's Easter, someone is knocking on the door. The girl has to open it because it's Easter and that's tradition. And she opens it and then she gets a face full of a bucket of cold water. I don't know if there was a reward for that, I just know that they do it. I mean, even if you go on YouTube or something and you look up Hungarian Easter water or I don't know what, you can probably see a few times, a few ways, because different towns, different villages of course have their different traditions about how to go about it. Sometimes I saw a video about where there is a village and everyone dresses up in like traditional Hungarian outfits and the girls line up in a row and the boys line up in front of them in a row. And then the boys have the buckets and then they just splash it all over the entire row of girls. Because it's like more of a community thing then. And not just a tradition, it's an entire community thing. You know, it might sound mean to water. I mean, you can take it as kind. No, actually you can't take it as revenge on the wife because wives, I mean, the entire reason of watering is so the girls go big and strong and become good women that can then become wives. So someone who's actually a wife, you actually don't water because there is no reason to anymore. And then, what else did I want? Basically, when you do something mean as a community, and it's not too mean, like, you know, I'm not talking about like huge things. I'm talking about just these little things, like all the boys come together and water all the girls. That builds community in a sense, like when, you know, there is you and then there is a friend and you call each other jackasses and then you punch his shoulder or something. Yeah, those are mean stuff, but it just makes you closer to each other because that's just what friends do. It's the same concept. Cloud is almost level 35, so I guess I'm gonna circle around here until he's 35. That's about the same time where I'm gonna run out of healing MP as well. Before I continue, let me just check this materia. Added effect, it's level 1. It needs 7,000 more, no, 92,500 more. It takes a while to level up. What about the crew? I guess it's the same thing when I was in like high school. The class had a lot of bullying. So there was a lot of bullying in class, especially against me. That's just standard, you know. But when it came to like class-wide activities where the class had to work together towards a common goal, for example, you know, the Farshang. I mean, in high school we didn't have it, but same thing in elementary school. It's the same idea. Then it was a hard cooperation, like not hard as in difficult, but hard as in very, very dedicated cooperation. Even despite all the bullying that happens other times, when you had to get together to win something, you fucking got together and did something. Even if you didn't win, you tried your best as a class. Even if you hated each other, you put that aside It doesn't matter. That's just have to do it. Fuck it. Fuck everything else. We have to, it's like, I don't like you, but if we don't work together, then those other guys are gonna look better than us, and we can't let that happen. That's the thing. Within the class, there were the cool guys and the bad guys and the nerdy guys and the guys who everyone picked on. But if there is another class who probably does the same exact things inside the class itself, then you had to prove that as a class, collectively, you are better than everyone else. And everyone subscribed to that, so you just had to prove that. Except when it came to like keeping the classroom clean. I mean, I don't know about other classes, but our class, there in high school there was like this thing where every so often teachers and cleaning ladies and whatever went around and checked every classroom, the main classroom, to see how clean it was. And my class's classroom was so dirty every single time it happened, we came in last, and it became so bad that they actually invented a prize, not just for the first reward, because the first class got some like privileges, I forgot what, but they got some privileges, and just because of us, the school came up with a prize for last place, consistent last place. We got the what do you call that thing where you're sweeping up and you have that little thing that you put there and you sweep the dirt onto it. It's a little spatula and then you can carry the dirt out in it. What that's called? A dustpan, yes. The school, because of us, the school invented the Golden Dustpan Award and then gave it to us. And the reward for the Golden Dustpan Award was a bigger trash can. Like, it was at least 3 times bigger than every other trash can in other classrooms. It was sort of a passive-aggressive way of the school telling us to fucking clean your classrooms. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Memories. I'm seriously running out of things to say. Cloud, can you speed up and just level up one more time? We've been here for over an hour, and I already lost almost quite a bit of. Well, honestly, I didn't lose any time because I did solve the riddle and then I died. But yeah, it was great. They had, I don't know if that school still has it, but when we were there, they couldn't get it because they did tell us, oh, you guys got last place. You better get yourself together. You better clean up if you want to. But my class just didn't give a shit. They didn't care about it because once you get last place, it's pretty obvious that you're probably not good at that particular thing. It's probably why we didn't even try. And then the school was like, fuck it, let's just burn them. But yeah, actually the reward, the big trash can, was actually extremely useful. First of all, it was a lot easier to just sit at your table, to sit at your desk, not stand up, and then just long range throw the trash into the trash bin. Because it was much bigger, it was an easier target. Which for me it was extra good because I was actually sitting up front to the right in front of the the trash can. So if I wanted to throw something out and I didn't mind being just a little bit noticed, then I just where are the enemies? There we go. I just threw it in because it was very easy to throw it in from at least from there. trying to think because my class in the school itself was, how do I say it, very eccentric. It was very eccentric, very weird and unusual. I mean, even the school, even other classes kind of just accepted that these guys are weird. I mean, I was in like an IT class, you know, computer science class, where we learned about coding and how a computer works and that kind of stuff. And that meant that out of the 31 students in the class, 30 of them were guys. And usually there was one girl. I mean, we had one girl in the first and second year, and then she went somewhere else. I think she went into the other school, and then a different girl came to the class about half a year later, and then she stayed with us until the end, until fourth year. But everyone else is just all boys. It's just 30 guys in one class. You can probably imagine how that goes. Especially in high school, where everyone is a teenager from 14 to 18 years old. 14, 15, 16, 17, well 18, technically 18. I mean 14 to 18 depending when your birthday is. You can imagine. Imagine how that goes. That was also the same class in high school where I had this classmate who was... He belonged to the computer science class because he was the kind of person who, when someone said something funny and he wanted to express that it was funny, he didn't laugh, he just said lol. And I'm not even joking. That's a real thing. There were actually two. I actually had two classmates like that. One of them was like the dominant one, technically, the boss, and the other just followed him. Wow, 18,000. So yeah, when I attended high school, I hated it, but I think just because I'm a very nostalgic person in every sense of the word, even thinking back at that horrible time, I mean the first 3 years were horrible. By the fourth year, people started being mature. And that meant that they didn't pick on me as much, and I actually could, I mean, one time I went out at night with them, you know, drinking. I didn't drink too much. Those guys drank a lot, and I remember one time I went out with them, and there was one guy who I basically never exchanged a single word with. And then he got drunk, and then we, just the two of us, the other ones were playing like table soccer or whatever that thing is called in English. And the two of us were just sitting down at an interactive table and we just talked about life and the universe and very wise stuff. It was amazing. And he was drunk and I was just myself. That's the best thing. That's the best way to be drunk, because when I'm drunk, I'm not drunk very often. Like, I've been drunk in my entire life like a total of 4 or 5 times. At first, it's like a progressive thing. Like, imagine I got drunk and then progressively I get more social, and then after a specific point I just get extremely depressed and I just want to get out. I just want to go home and go to sleep. Like, extremely depressed and uncomfortable. Anyway, I think I can do this one now. Before I do this though, I'll be right back. I just realized I've been talking about very personal stuff. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Okay, so 36 right, left 10, 59, 97. 26, 10, 59, 97. Good. Okay, there we go. I'm going to use immediately all the summons I have. Because that's like 1000 damage in itself. And then I should, well, maybe not 1000. I should probably check it. Like sense it or something. And then I'm going to use Cloud to hit it with magic. And Barret can use Flamethrower. I think that's also counts as magic. I don't know. Okay. Okay, Barret. You have Bolt. Let's just use it. Oh, that's Titan. The fuck? Okay, calm down, calm down. Jesus. Magic, you have Asuna. What the fuck is Asuna? Oh, it's like a poisoner, but better. I guess. Let's try it. It missed. I don't know why I didn't. Oh. Well, I guess it's good that it missed. And I have Ice 3. I'm just gonna do that and just repeat all this shit. That's good, that's 1000. I don't think Aris actually doesn't have any spells she can use here, except the thing. Yeah, Ice 3, but it takes 52 MP. That's a lot. But it does deal 1000 damage, so it's gonna make quick work of the enemy. See, this is why I farmed. This is why I farmed this up. Yeah, and it's probably gonna do it again. Barret, you just keep doing the board too. Ares, I guess try to poison it. Oh, use poison. But she really doesn't have anything. It's another 1000. And now I can probably just attack it head on. Yeah, now I can just attack. Ow. Ares, oh, it's dead.